it's just a voice, so the camera doesn't capture you,
Ah,
just in
okay.
case.
Can the camera capture everything?
Because
Only the voices.
Only the voice.
Only the
Yeah.
voice. And worksheet.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, okay? I like us to think like this, okay? Because look, this maybe is not viewed right now, but 5 years later, I tell you what,
Yeah, when you look at it again.
many beings can crush into that, even just like, oh, what is that? And then they listen because of karma, you know? This is wonderful. Think of it like that. Think of long term, okay? Because anyways, what we're working on are long term.
Yes.
This is not short term, guys. This is long term.
And for
Okay.
the benefit of others as well.
So if we do it like that, okay, then we can at some stage rearrange the way we sit, okay? And maybe we have another mic, the cordless, to probably pass along, because some people have difficulty hearing,
Yes.
and it's good that the video also can capture that.
But it's only audio, not visual, not video.
It doesn't matter.
Is that right?
Yeah,
It's
It
just
is only audio from
audio.
you, but visual is her.
for me.
Oh yeah, because it's not capturing me.
No,
Right.
it doesn't capture anybody else.
And I promise I will never say Helen
Oh.
or Mark.
Oh,
Okay?
I'll change my voice.
Rachel.
Rachel.
Yeah.
Okay, this is great. Look, I mean, let's take this opportunity, because I know sometimes I am like the sun, ever burning sun. I could burn you right in front, and it's because, you know, I'm just very excited to share the Dharma, and I feel like, look, I don't know how long I will be here, all right? And you cannot say that too, and I don't know how long you can be here as well, okay? So we take every opportunity to learn and practice, you know? Because what I'd like, to be honest with you, what I'd like to wish I'd like to do with this group, and I hope that I still see the same faces, and maybe little by little, you know, as others would learn, yeah, would come, is more mind training, you know. But those techniques are amazing methods, but it cannot just be given to anyone, you know. These are methods, remember? Methods. It is basically your only chance to be able to dissolve the self, are methods. If you don't have method, what is your method right now? You know, have you tested the method? You probably don't know what kind of method. Like, method is like a chopstick, you know, and a spoon together, put together, you know. You pick something, that's a method, by the use of what? The chopstick. But the chopstick cannot use, you know, to pick up the soup, so you have a spoon. See? The more methods, but the point is, if there is a chopstick, do you know how to use it? Well, that would be the question for myself. I have to practice how to use it, so that I can be efficient using it. Yeah? So this is what I mean here. Mind training is a method, you know, but only to those who have the ability to use it. And the question is, what are you going to be using it for? Because it will not work. Mind training that you're developing here is the Mahayana training, you know. And we go through all different kinds. That way you will pick one and say, wow, I would like to develop this. So then you can thread on that technique, you know, of dissolving the self. The more you dissolve the self by cherishing others, that's it. That is the development of loving kindness and compassion. We cannot develop compassion without any proper method. Okay? Alright, so how do we do this then? Next week, we won't be here. Which is, you know. So, but we have Wednesday class.
Why are we not here next week?
Because we have teaching starting already next week.
What teach?
Teaching.
27.
Yeah.
What teaching?
You can look at the
Yeah, so we have something coming up now.
Next week is 27?
No, next week is...
Oh, next week was yeah, one more next week. Yes,
It's the week
yes, the week after, and then you're talking about December already. I mean November. Yeah. So I'd like to push at least, you know, some few of this mind training. The 8 verses. They call it the 8 verses of mind training. Because there are other mind training like Lojong. Okay? Lojong is beautiful practice. But without you understanding this, you will not be able to do it. Now, these practices of mind training, mind you, this is basically accumulation of merit. What we are doing now is to accumulate merit. Stop what negative things we're doing and accumulate merit. And that's it. All the way to the end of life, this lifetime. We're lucky enough to propagate more, you know, length of life, you know, in this lifetime. You have enough merit, and we then guarantee our next rebirth to continue again to like this. Dharma will, you know, that you will meet the Dharma again. It is very important. You know? The wish and hope that you will never be parted, be separated from your teachers, you know, great masters. You will always meet them in your lives. And then the Dharma, you never separate from them, from it. That's what you wish. That way what? Accumulation. And Dharma will be easier at that time. Or maybe next month, it's easier. Is Dharma easier, getting easier now, or more difficult?
It's more interesting.
It's more interesting. That's wonderful. Is it?
Yep.
Yeah? Yeah. Wow! Did you know that this means, why don't we talk that today? How do you know that you are progressing in your practice?
Just want to learn more.
There are signs. What do you think? Because I don't wish to continue on these verses if our mind is really not there. What would you like to talk about? Because remember, we are not university. We can change any time. Remember the law of impermanence.
Even beyond
Yeah. What do you think? What would you like to? We have enough. About 45 minutes. Perfect. Good timing. Okay. So maybe let's recollect and reflect of what we are now. Okay. What would you like this class? How you're gonna see it evolving, and how are you gonna see yourself evolving with the Dharma? What do you think? Any suggestions? Yeah. I don't know. Something's burning in your mind right now.
Yeah, because some people think about it but don't say it.
Yeah.
And some people like to say it, and then but the people who say it is probably becomes the mouth of other people who think about it.
Yes, of course. It's always like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because look, it's the same faces. We're here all the time. Yeah. I'm sure there's a reason why you're here.
I can share one of my experience.
Okay. Yeah. This is a reflection time.
Yeah.
I wish we have the other mic.
No, I can speak loud enough, I think.
Okay. All right. Go.
So if
go
you
ahead.
ask the question as to say
How-
whether I actually have improved or whether I'm more, I feel that I have, because I can apologize, and I'm prepared to apologize because I become more mindful of myself,
Wow.
and the I, me and myself, I'm more mindful of it. But the experience on last 2 weeks it was because of myself that I became more, I won't say tolerant. I took on board. I took it.
Wow.
Whatever the comments was made, I took it. I took it.
Positively.
Right?
Positively. You took it
Positive.
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 But now as I say that, but I wanted to say to the point, if I took it positively, rightfully it shouldn't affect me. Yeah? But I felt that I'm really short of it, and I felt at that time I failed because I didn't take it, I took it positively. I would say yes, I look at what was being said to me or how that come across. I took it and I've not said a word back, but it affected my health. So I don't know whether was it a positive or a negative, and I became confused. And saying this now,
Okay.
it actually caused me,
Like anxiety.
yes.
Like you're gonna faint right now.
Now I wanted to throw up.
Okay.
I wanted
See?
to throw up.
This is great. Okay. But
So-
don't worry. Just relax.
Relax. And then I said, I remembered what you say. Let the emotions come. Just let it happen, and ride with it.
Yes.
But I actually threw out.
Okay, then.
Then after a while, I was okay. And for the rest of the day, I was okay.
Yeah, it's this, like things like this when you are faced with the self. This is technically the ego.
So
Okay.
it was the self, because
Yeah,
I
it's
let
the
that
self.
affect me.
Well, it's not that you let it or not let it, you know. It's like a punch. When you receive a punch, an open punch, you know, what happens? You get the blow, and then later on you say, wow, that is so painful.
But I wanted to punch back.
Of course, because again, what is that?
Because if I punch back, I probably won't feel that
Yeah,
bad.
well, you think, but what? This is exactly what we need to develop, is our ability to analyze this. This is what we're working on in meditation, to begin to learn how to analyze our actions and how to texturize and feel the emotion. Because in reality, by time, it will dissolve itself. You know, but this is wonderful.
But I felt that, to be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah.
if I had punched back, probably the time to recover was much shorter.
You think so?
I don't know. I
But
felt
remember,
that, but because I didn't punch back, take it. It took me a while. It's because it was still here.
It's
I
great.
couldn't relieve it.
yeah. But
So I don't know whether is it
if
the
you
right
punch
way?
back, okay, just
Yeah.
wait, because this is normally our attitude, you know, we retaliate, right? We punch back. Remember when you punch back?
The punches will keep coming.
Oh, it
Maybe.
will never end. You will produce more phenomena that is actually rooted from what? From negative action. Okay? Then you will never be free from any.
Feeling of anger.
You will never be peaceful. You see, what you have done is basically dissolve this karma. Remember?
Yeah.
Dissolving a karma that could be a slap on your face, okay? A painful sickness, okay? A flu that you're gonna end up in a hospital, okay? Is actually what you're feeling right now. You didn't, you know, you're feeling like maybe feverish, you know? That is a different way of purification. And you didn't do anything. You say, you know what, I'll take the blow. Whatever would relieve this difficulty, I'll take it right now, rather than me taking it on next life. Because it could be death.
Yeah. Because what happens after that was, I thought about it. It took me a few days. I thought about it, and I actually apologized, even though whatever was being said to me was, well, no right, no wrong at that time. So I apologized. But as soon as I wrote it and I apologized, I felt that a big thing on my shoulder was lifted from me.
But this is again your own projection.
My own emotions, yeah.
You have no idea what the
Yeah,
other
the
person,
person.
but you don't care about that at that moment. You just experience what's happening, like, oh my goodness, I'm feeling like, you know, I'm having a heart attack, my blood pressure. Feel all that. Because at the end, nothing is really happening. Nothing. It's just your projection. You know the feeling of awkwardness and feeling embarrassed? That's actually very painful for some. That's why we hold. The embarrassment is a great practice. Then so sometimes pray like that, like may there be more embarrassment to come. So that, you know, at the end, you can take anything. This is great. But look, have you lost? What have you lost?
I think I gained.
You didn't die.
No.
You didn't harm anyone. You still have a home. They still send some, you know, you still have many, many good things in your life. Whatever happened to you is just a little thing. But you look at the greatness of other things in your life. It's profound, greater than anything. Sometimes we get lost because of our ego. You know, where it's just too huge. But again, the self. Embarrassment is actually one that dissolves the ego. And it hurts. Yeah. Let it pass, let it pass. That's actually very courageous to say I'm sorry or I apologize deeply. Or I made a mistake, I am very sorry.
I wonder if when you feel like punching back, so angry. I mean, I can imagine myself that
Okay.
I'm very
You mean a physical punch?
Well, yeah, like hitting back or revenge right at that moment. And I was just thinking about whether at that moment do breathing exercise, like we do meditation all the time. Would that actually help to bring down your urge to hit back?
It would work if you have practiced that
Yeah.
a lot, but you know your immediate reaction of punching back.
Or was it? It's not a physical
I mean,
punch.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, retaliate.
Retaliate,
Like
verbal.
immediately verbal or
Yeah.
anything, a door, slam a door, or make a point.
Yes, make a point, I think.
If you want to make a point immediately,
Walk away.
you know that you already have won the battle of ego.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
That is what I was trying to explain in meditation.
Yeah.
That when you find you want to make a point and you're angry, that dissolves a little, you crack of that ego. So what you do is when that happens, you just forget about what's happening. It is your ego that you need to work on. That's it. And you say, wow, I dissolve you again.
Yes.
Yes, like that.
Yes. Yes.
You may look crazy, but they said, yes, I again bottled this ego and said, what's wrong with this lady?
Yes, I actually felt that. Yes, I said.
Yeah. He said, yes, this is
One
again.
part of I went
Correct.
away. Yes.
Correct. Yeah. But meditation can only help you, when you meditate more, okay? How we work on the taming of the mind, and when we learn analysis, okay? That's it. Even before embarrassment comes, you can already, manage that emotion. And you say, oh, ego, here we come again, and you are not gonna win because I'm letting it be. So what? And then there will be a point, there will be no more arising of embarrassment, because the embarrassment is just an illusion. Again, a part of emptiness. Whatever you're feeling, know that this and that is an illusion. It's not real. Anything that your mind projects is not the real essence of what is happening. You understand? This is it. Ideas, concepts, views. Once you project that, you're fabricating it. But the truth is, if you just don't move and you just breathe in and out, there's nothing. But of course, we are beginning, okay? We are beginning to really dismantle a little bit of these kleshas, our obscurations. Yeah.
So all this is all about we are training our own mind, regardless of what the person is. When are we ready to, how do I say, treat people with wisdom? That means that we are in the process of helping people to change, to gain wisdom as well.
We don't.
When will that be?
You don't change the other people?
No, like say a highly cultivated person like Rinpoche can tell his student of, don't do this, and start lecturing students.
No.
So when are we? At the moment we are all in, but look, we need to change our mind. I agree totally, right? Regardless, even if the person is wrong, we are focusing on ourselves. We need to
Yes.
check. When am I ready to say it? Don't be so greedy. When is that moment when we are able to say that?
To see that.
To actually help the
Help the
person,
person see.
see it.
But we don't, see, that's the thing.
We don't
That is
anymore.
not our responsibility for others to see what we're doing.
But when, yeah, but we also want to help others.
Okay, very good. You can only help others when you are clear of your own.
Yes. When? So when is that?
When you're
we are
clear.
ready. Yeah. When?
When?
Yes.
When is when you are very highly mindful, to the point that just by the look to that person, you know how that person feels. Really genuinely, not a I think, because of, not like that.
Yeah. It's genuine. Yes.
Is genuine, you will see it without any flaws, because you see it, you have experienced the pain, you have experienced those qualities before, and because you were so mindful, you can actually, it's like mirror. So this is what the bodhisattvas actually see. Before they even, get there, they already know, because they can see many things. This is what they call the introspection. Not intro, it's intra. It's a very high skill. Your ability to see what the other person is already manifesting, whether positive or negative, but not in a judgmental way. Yeah, you will see that when your mindfulness is very high. Meaning, where do we start our mindfulness? On our own self first, on our body, in our emotion. And as the Lama says, which I've learned this from Zarinpoche lately, it's very clear. He said there are 4 levels of mindfulness that we normally work on. First is our body. We have to be mindful of the feeling and actions of the 5 aggregates. What the eye seeing. You say, oh, the eyes again see cake, yummy. Oh, you smell again something bad. Or you touch something like, oh, that is so rough. Or, yes, lovely, smooth, You see, that our taste, you taste a good food and you keep eating like I do, If you are so aware of those, you say, wow, this food is yummy. I really appreciate this food. Whoever made it, thank you very much. But then, no, I'm not done yet. I'm going to eat everything. That's too much. You see, those are again mindfulness of the stages of my involvement in this body. After we are so aware of the body, you manage the body. The next level is emotion. How you feel. And Shirley and Yen, this is what, right now, we have not reached the emotion yet. Because the body is so strong. You know what I mean? So we need to be mindful of our, whatever we're touching, looking, feeling, texture-wise, okay? Hearing. And what I'm saying is, like, for example, I heard the bird tweeting. You say, okay, wow, beautiful bird tweeting. But next time, you just hear it without any label. And you say, okay, sound. When you hear good music, you say, beautiful music. When you hear some crazy music, you say, wow, that is a fast music. And don't say, I dislike that. It is just